Hey guys, welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. Today, I am smoking this Rop apple, which I am just in love with. I've been sitting out here smoking it for a while now, and really enjoying it. Been working on some pipes, cleaning up some pipes, some of those pipes that I got in the tub. This was one of them that I cleaned up yesterday. I jacked up my back yesterday, putting the snow blade on a furniture dolly. Tried to do it myself. Thought I could do it. Was able to tip it and get it onto the blade, but I couldn't get it all the way onto the board. The board kept rolling out, and I kept moving with it. That would have been fun to watch, and I wish I had recorded that, but I didn't think it would be that big a deal. Certainly didn't think it would be the ordeal it turned into, I will tell you that. So I had to wait. I just left it sit there, and then I went and picked up McKinley. She called and said she was off work early. So I went and picked her up. I said, hey, when we get home, would you mind helping me get the... My back would have just killed me at that point. So would you mind helping me get that snow blade onto the furniture dolly? And she goes, yeah. So we pull up and I said, you want to do it now or you want to wait? You want to eat first? She goes, no, let's just get it out of the way. Let's just do it. All nonchalant, like it's no big deal. So we get over to it. She reaches down. She just picks the blade up like it's freaking nothing. Like it's nothing. And so I go to reach out to get the other end. She goes, don't pick it up. Just push the dolly underneath it. Stupid old man. So I push the dolly underneath it, and then I go to lift up the other side and put it on there, and oh, my back's just jacked up. But she is so freaking strong. She's way stronger than me. She's just way stronger than I am. When did all this happen? It's from lifting all those kids. She works with kids all day long, and she's constantly lifting the kids up. She's way stronger than I am. I mean, way stronger than I am. I used to have the strength of 10 men. I used to be able to lift a refrigerator by myself. That's why I had 11 hernias. But I could still do it. But we used to carry washing machines up and down stairs alone. Now I can't pick up a stupid John Deere snow blade. Good Lord in heaven. What has happened to me? When when I retired, I went and worked at my nephew had a cabinet shop, and I worked in that cabinet shop. That was the hardest work I've ever done in my life, was working in that cabinet shop. And I was driving the delivery truck. So we'd have to load the truck, unload the truck, and then deliver it. And we'd have to deliver into these big skyscraper condos. And we were delivering like heavy duty cabinets and stuff. And we delivered to La Jolla. I don't know if you guys are in California. There's an area of San Diego called La Jolla and Point Loma, and these are very upscale areas, La Jolla in particular. But there was this one house we were working on that he had a contract with. One of the things they wanted at this house was a big wooden gate. I mean, huge, massive wooden gate. And the doors for this gate, there were two doors, big, huge doors like that. And these two doors were 12 foot tall by probably 8 foot wide. Just massive chunks of wood. They weighed well over 1,200 pounds each, well over 1,200 pounds each. So when we went to deliver them, we pretty much shut down the shop and had everybody from the shop go there to help unload these two big giant slabs of old growth wood. And then we had to all be there so that the guys who installed it could do the installing while we held it, up. It was just unbelievably heavy duty work, heavy work. And then there was a table, this one table we did for a house that was a single slab of wood from a huge tree. It was about 14 feet long. It was about 5 inches thick. And it was at least 5.5 feet wide, maybe wider. But it took 2 forklifts to get it on the back of the truck I was driving, because it was so long that they didn't want it tipping. So I got it on the back of the flatbed, and I drove it there. And they told me, when you get there, you tell the guys that are working there, tell the installer that you're going to need help unloading this. Yeah, no, Sherlock, I'm not unloading it by myself, that's for sure. So they got every guy that was working on that house to come out. And we had to unload that. And so we had to map out the way we were going to bring this in the house to get it into that kitchen of this house. And there was no straight shot to get it from my truck to the kitchen. So there was quite a bit of time spent figuring out how we were going to get this in there. So we had decided that we were going to pick it up, carry it around to the back of the house, go through the living room, and bring it through the living room, and then go into like the family room, and then from the family room into the kitchen, and which was the only way to get it in there because it was so long, so big. This thing was heavy. It was just, that thick a piece of wood, 14 feet by 5.5, 6 feet. Single piece of wood. And it had the natural edge on it. It was all natural edge. Gorgeous. Absolutely a gorgeous piece of wood. I don't remember what kind of wood it was now, other than freaking heavy. But we had probably 15 guys carrying that thing to get it in there. And then the installation part of it, where you had to get it just right, so all the mounting stuff was just perfect, because it had metal mounting brackets installed into the bottom of the table, and you're just everybody's lifting and moving and lifting and moving. That was the heaviest dang job I did more heavy lifting on that job than I've ever done in my life. And then there were times where you were bringing in cabinets alone, and you'd take them off the truck, and you'd bring them down onto dollies, and you can't scratch anything. Everything's wrapped, and you're trying to get it off of a truck alone, and it's a big 8-foot tall cabinet, and you're trying to get that off alone without scratching anything. Then you're trying to get into elevators with that, so you're trying to. It was just a pain in the butt. It was a fun job. But I would come home literally sopping wet from sweat from that job. This was 2016. I had retired from my job after 38 years. And my nephew asked me if I'd go to work for him, and I said, yeah, I'll do it. And which I thought it would be fun, working in a cabinet shop. I loved doing that kind of stuff. I had worked for him before during a work stoppage, and loved it, absolutely. But I was building cabinets for him at that point. I wasn't delivering and installing and stuff. Hardest work I have ever done in my life. And then the installers, they always wanted to just stand around and talk and joke around with you and stuff. I'm like, man, I got to get this done. I got to get this out of here. I got more stuff I got to deliver. I'd love to sit and chit chat with you. Well, I got work to do. I know you're on this job for 12 weeks or whatever installing stuff here, but I got another drop to make, and I worked with one guy that I did a lot of deliveries with, this young kid, and this dude was just strong as an ox. He wound up becoming a Navy SEAL, and he was just the strongest kid, the hardest working, strongest kid I've ever seen in my life. And I just loved working with him. He was just I loved working with that kid. He was super quiet, didn't say a lot, and just worked his butt off. And but I got so strong working that job. I got so strong working that job. And because you're just doing it, all day long. You're just picking heavy stuff up and lifting it, putting it on trucks, taking it off trucks, moving it up, stairs and downstairs, and you get strong doing that stuff. And golly, I worked hard. That was a young man's job. That was a young man's job. And I wound up getting hurt. We were delivering to a job site in Coronado. And I'm on one end of a cabinet, and another guy's on the other end of a cabinet, and I'm walking backwards. And I hear a guy yell, "Look out!" right as I fall into a 3-foot deep ditch, holding this cabinet in my hands. Smashed my fingers, my guitar playing fingers. Luckily they didn't get broken or anything. But I tore 2 ligaments in my ankle. And that was it. That was pretty much it. I was out for 8 months or something with those ligaments. And I just said, I can't do this anymore. I'm not gonna do this anymore. I need something where I'm, a little less physical. And then he graduated, and the girls graduated in that time. Right about that time, we moved to here. Then he got that job with the hospital, offered her a job here. And man, it's been the best thing we ever did, was moving here. Anyway, so that was an incredibly long video to tell you a whole lot of nothing. I will catch you guys later. God bless.